Good people, good people, good people. Happy Sunday. I had to get on because I was getting annoyed. Okay? Annoyed. And so I told myself that, usually when I'm on this channel, I like to keep it professional and warm and stuff like that. And on my other channel, I can go. Anyway, this conversation is an education conversation, so I had to bring it back to this channel, and I have to bring the conversation here. And if you are watching this on the replay, please hit the like and subscribe. Support the movement for literacy. I got to get to it. So there was a viral video that went out, and the guy, if you see me look down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. I never come to the screen without the notes because, listen, I got 10 different things going on here with 2 toddlers. Okay. There's the viral video. The educator name was Darius Williams at Wheatley High School in Houston, Texas, right? And he was talking about his senior students who were struggling with reading and writing. I'm gonna take a sip. Can y'all see that? Y'all might not be able to see that. It's like a passion fruit juice. Listen, anyway. And so as the man, he's up there, he's crying and all of that stuff. I get it. I empathize with him. I remember in my role as a data person, right? The full role is data educational analyst. Okay. And we were in a partnership across New York City with many schools, and we had to do something at New York University. And we were in one of these schools that actually had, 4 or 5 schools in one building. I hate that, by the way, but that's another conversation. And so I was looking at the student work on the wall, and I will never forget saying, "Oh, what grade are these?" Because they had it on the bulletin boards. And I'm looking and I'm like, oh, these children, they tried. Is this the best work? Maybe it's their best work in this season of that they did this. Is this from the beginning of the school year? Like, I had a lot of questions. I like looking at bulletin boards, but I do have a lot of questions when I see the work that's being displayed. And so I'm like, what grade is this? And when they told me it was 10th graders, but those sentences look like first grade, then I said, oh, we got a problem. We got a problem. And so, yeah, this has been going on. Darius did not bring nothing new to the conversation that other educators didn't know. You have those who care, those who just go to work, to kind of help address the issue. And so I was on a few groups and a few threads, and everyone's like, oh, it's the parents' fault. Oh, it's the school's fault. You know what I'm going to say? It's everybody's damn fault. Everybody. It's layered. It's the system in itself. And this is why when I do come on this channel and I talk about literacy and I'm having the conversation with parents who are friends, parents who know me, parents whose children have been involved. First of all, let me get this very clear for somebody who's coming on the channel and you're hearing me for the first time. I've been in education for a couple decades. Okay, that's 1. 2, before there was a Reading for Smiles, I was already working in the school system. Before there was a Reading for Smiles, I was already advocating for things in the community. Before there was a Reading for Smiles, I had genuine concerns about literacy across the globe, which is why when I was doing my studying, I was focusing on Uganda because there was this whole thing of girls not being able to go to school. And so when you don't have a literate base, the options and the dwellings are equal to that. Like it becomes nasty work. Okay. And so while I'm sitting there looking at the tennis match, it's this, it's that, it's that. No, it's everybody. Everybody. And let's have a very open conversation. We keep placing things on schools to do that could be done in other areas. I'm going to give you one case in point, and I'm going to move on from that because I think it's very important for me to stay focused. A few years ago, there was this whole initiative, right, on all this inclusion talk. You trying to deal out with LGBTQ. You're trying to deal with what does equity look like. You're trying to deal with sex education, gender bathrooms. These are the things everybody's discussing, but nobody's talking about the children reading. Don't you wake up, people? The focus is on everything else. And I'm not saying those things are not important. I'm saying school should be the place of literacy first. Then I'm going back and forth with people because they're like, well, schools, they just teach people how to become employees. Everybody work. Everybody works. Tell me a job where you don't have to read or understand symbols. Everybody's an employee. Even if you own your own business, I own my own businesses. I'm still the employee of those businesses. What are we talking about? Let's stop trying to move the goalposts and have a real conversation. It's frustrating. Oh, God. I'd be upset. Then, sitting here in my thoughts alone. Well, not alone. Y'all know them two toddlers is right here. And I'm like, why do we not normalize getting support? Who put it out there in society that getting support was for somebody to feel ashamed of? Who normalized getting support after you done seen the train go flying off the track? Who? Why? Why be reactive when we can be proactive? And let me get something very clear, because the moment that you don't see me in certain spaces within education, I removed myself when the talk isn't right, because that's who I am. So I don't like to see teachers congregating talking about this, that, and the third, but you was quiet at the staff meeting. And I don't want to hear parents talking about the teachers and you never showed up to a parent meeting yet. At another school that I was affiliated to, I'm going to put it like that, we literally had to figure out ways to have parents come in to participate at back to school night, report card night, and so forth. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know these toddlers of mine are teenagers. Everybody born after the pandemic a little different. So, where did I leave off? There is a need and a conversation that needs to be had. We have to figure out how to support our children, and our supporting our children has to be the ultimate goal. If you are in the school space and you know that the curriculum is not working, let it go. Let it go. If you are in the homeschool space and you see the curriculum is not working, let it go. Let it go. It's the same thing. Same thing. If your child is struggling with reading and you can't do it, that's not failure on you. That means this child needs an anchor of support. And if you're the teacher and you can't get these kids to move, and I'm not talking about, I'm gonna give you a number. I hate to put a number on it, but if you got 5 students in the group and it's about 25 to 30 kids, I'm going to say you have to look at what support is going to look like from within your building. You have to have that conversation with administration. And if you have administration that ain't looking for it, baby, get to looking up them resources online, talk to other educators in these groups, because some of y'all are doing that anyway, and see what other things can be proposed so that you can do it, and then have a conversation with the family. See, the problem is that there's a gap in between what's happening at school and what's being done at home. And when we figure out how to merge those two worlds together, baby, the children can succeed. When parents see themselves as the architect of their child's education and making sure that, you know what, I'm going to make sure my child has X, Y, and Z. The same way we can make sure that they have beautiful clothes, they get to go to these different parties and elaborate experiences. The same way we prioritize prom. And we say, you know what? Cindy been struggling with these letters. Cindy can't count that well. Let me figure out what else I can do to help Cindy. Take a few steps back. We cannot be on the opposite end of this with the children now. Oh, the children can't read, and everybody's sitting there. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's everybody's fault. Yeah, I'm going to say that. This is not going to sit well with everybody. Because if you thought I was coming over here just to blame one side, you're in the wrong space, because I'm blaming everybody. Because I feel like at the end of the day, we need to figure out what's going to work for the different groups, right? And no child is the same. Therefore, we have to figure out what that looks like. We have to be able to identify their learning styles. We have to be able to identify their interests. We have to be able to identify the problem and start working slowly on it. But it's easier to just extend energy in the wrong places. You know what I'm saying? I ain't for everybody, child. Now I don't plan to be, but what I will always be is for the children. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that we need to really evaluate what we put in front of us as important when it comes to the education space. All of these things of what the school system wasn't designed for that, and the school system was only designed to do this one thing. Regardless of what the system is designed, what do you want for your child? What do you want for your students? Teaching is a heart game. If your heart is not in it, you're not going to win it. And that is a fact. Then someone else said, well, these schools don't have the resources. I taught and helped train teachers and school leaders in Uganda. I sat in a class. The man had 72 or 73 students in one class. In America, we have 25 to 30. Now, that's double the size. The man had one book. One book to teach from. When I tell you, you could hear a pin drop in that class. When I tell you that the children were vested in their learning. When I tell you that there was an expectation that was set. When I tell you that he made it work with no, so I mean, we got whiteboards, smartphones. This man, brilliant, by the way, was teaching on an old school chalkboard, old school. And he did what he had to do. And I loved it because it was eye-opening for me. Baby, this ain't a conversation about resources. This is a conversation about heart and effort. Do you care? Do you care? Do you care enough to make a change? Do you care enough to be the change? And for me, I don't sit in spaces where they don't care. Not when it comes to the babies. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care people's ethnic backgrounds. I don't care about your how much money you make or do not make. I don't want to hear another poverty conversation. I don't want to hear the rich kids only conversation. I don't want to hear none of that. Because at the end of the day, the person who is inspiring them, the person who is guiding them, the person who is teaching them, they're connected to them because they feel something. They feel that they care. Once children know that you care, they move accordingly. It be seeming like simple time and stuff, but people be making it real hard. Literacy does not exclusively belong to the school system. I'm going to say that again. Literacy does not exclusively belong to the school system. Literacy doesn't exclusively belong to the parents either. Literacy does not exclusively belong to the parents either. It's a village. It's a village. I don't know when we moved away from the village, and I don't want to give my own age up, but apparently there was a time that just the button clicked and was like, oh no, we don't do villages. We got to stop having these fake conversations when it comes to these children learning. We have to stop sitting here pampering things as if we're not looking at what's to come. Right now, the future is going in towards AI, right? And I don't have a problem with AI. I don't have a problem with people who want to use AI. I don't have a problem with the people who said they can't stand AI. But I will say this, because they always say, well, the education system is not teaching children X, Y, and Z. I don't know. You can plug it in at this point. But here's what I know. Even if the education system was only just to produce workers, if your child can't read and write, they're not even going to be a worker. Hello? Is the mic on? Education is an ecosystem of families, teachers, specialists, community programs, tutors, librarians, mentors, other people who play significant roles, other family members. Now look at this, because I don't want to be talking and forget that this. So there was a study, right, done at Johns Hopkins. 88% of homeschooling parents use some kind of supplemental educational resource or support. So we got the co-ops, the tutors, the online classes, hybrid programs. At the end of the day, getting support is normal and often necessary. We need to leverage support. We need to commune in spaces where there is support. And if we don't have it, we need to find it or we need to create it. Right? If there's something that you really want in the world and you don't see it, create it. This has been a model that I've known for a very long time. And we cannot demonize those who look for support or those who want to challenge the system or those who want to say, hey, there's got to be another way. Because sometimes I feel like that's the other end of the spectrum on this. The solution is looking at the real data, because I'm hearing there's some teachers who are like, well, we don't look at the data. Say what? Oh my God. I want schools to stop wasting money on professional development that's not developing nothing. I can't. And then I don't want people looking at this as this is a one sweet shop and that, oh, well, because there's some educators who feel like, oh, there's some parents that parents shouldn't be able to homeschool. Stop. Because everyone has these insights is the reason why people can't come together for the children. We have to have that conversation. I'm tired of people like it's the elephant in the room. You're not better than people because you're the teacher, and you're not better than the teacher because you're the parent. We're all on the same, we should all have the same goal, the child. And that's just the real part of the conversation. Are we working together for their betterment? Or are we working against each other? Have we tried all the solutions and things that we can think of? Sometimes we don't know. And because people are so timid on having the conversation about, oh, your child may need a tutor, oh, your child may need this thing and this, that, or I don't want my child labeled, people are getting just swept up, and they keep going. For the last 3 years, I've been asking, what are we celebrating in the graduations? Because if everybody can't read or they're not having the skills, what are we celebrating? I had looked at a few schools, and I'm not going to say their names because I feel like if your child is in whatever school your child gets enrolled into, you should do your due diligence and look into them. Okay? And it was a list of schools. The graduation rate, 100%. 100%. The literacy rate, less than 30%. I said, how is the graduation rate 100%, but the literacy rate is 27%? It doesn't make sense. And so when everyone is sitting there and we're having these conversations like, oh, the children can't read. No, we're all a part of the problem because no one caught on. No one saw it. And then people are sitting there judging the man. Oh, he's a food content creator. So what? Are we only struck to one talent? He saw it. He's bringing it up and bringing awareness to it, which everybody should have already known. Hello. And now I hope that his school takes this and addresses it. I hope that every school in this country addresses it. I hope that every family is now looking inward and saying, what's going on? Let me make sure my child is okay. These are the real conversations that have to happen. Oh, hey. Hey, BFF. It's crazy, and we have to do better. We have to do better. Everybody wants to be so, I don't know, known for whatever they're trying to be known for, but the kids are the ones that's losing. It's the children that's losing. Hey, where are the book clubs? Where's family reading night? Where's making sure that the child has a book in the home? Even if you can, books are expensive. You're trying to send a super chat. It's not allowing me. I don't think I have that. I don't even know how that works. But I thank you for the trying to send a super chat. I don't know. I really don't know how that works. You know, I'm still new in this space of YouTube. Let me be real specific because I know how people like to chop people's videos up. I'm new to YouTube. So I don't know all the rules here for that. But yeah, no, we have to realize where are the gaps and start working on them expeditiously. Expeditiously. The reading program doesn't work, move to the next one. You don't understand that while the child is not reading, let's look at foundational skills. Let's bring phonics back into the talks. Let's read to our babies. There's another homeschool mom and educator. I think it's Akiba. Does great work. I don't know her at all, but does great work. I've seen a couple of videos and I'm like, yes. And she was right. Now, everybody has different things going on, but I'm going to say this. If you don't take your child to the library, there are other ways of getting books. You have Scholastic still does these pop-ups. You have First Book who donates books and allows for parents and stuff to come and get books. That's another outlet. You also can talk to your child's teacher. And if you're homeschooling, then you know, of course, you can get books from any bookstore, Amazon, so forth. Like, you know, there's people who do those book boxes that give a book, take a book. There's Epic. I love Epic. Epic is an online platform that does book reading, and for the little ones, you can actually do read alouds, and it's not you reading aloud. Also, Google has a reading app. I tested it out. It allows for children to speak into it and read the text. It'll catch the words that the child is not reading and alert you, right, within the app, and allow them to go practice. It also asks comprehension questions in the middle of the book. So you'll read a page or two, stop, and it'll ask a question. The other elephant in the room is that we have children who can read, but they don't understand what they read. So that's just as bad as not being able to read, because then you don't know what you read. And so this game is layered, and I just want people to stop blaming each other and to start working together. That's it. That's it. The solution is hit the problem when you first see the problem. Let's not wait. Let's not wait. Now, in other news, because now I have to go get ready to go cook dinner, I am hosting a roadmap webinar. In this webinar, I am talking to parents who want to scale out their year. I am focusing in on how to make the first 90 days substantial. In this webinar, it is a workshop style webinar. It is geared to those who are tired of buying a curriculum right now and then tossing it 2 or 3 months in and saying, oh, no, this is not it. I'm going to show you exactly how to even identify key things before you spend your money on a curriculum. That's an important thing. I'm going to have that open conversation We're going to work together on building out your homeschool roadmap, because it's not the curriculum. You got to have a road to travel on. It's the foundational piece. It's the framework that opens the door to other things. It's what positions you as the architect parent. As you can see, my children are enjoying playtime, or rather, as you can hear. And so I want to invite you into the webinar. The link will be added to this after I'm done. Probably this evening. I'll put it into this. That's this evening or tomorrow. Give me that grace, please. But I wanna see you there. If homeschooling is something that you're serious about, I want to see you in the room. I'm inviting you to the space, because I think that we really need to become the architects of our child's educational journeys and position them for the greatness that they're here for. On that note, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. I will see you on Friday with Sage. And we're actually talking about reading on the next Literacy and Latte episode. All right. So thank you. That was my 2 cents. I'll see you guys on Friday. Take care.